tag draws for Idaho came out.
Yeah.
And late season muzzleloader mule deer tag.
You know, sheep and goat and moose, they don't get a ton of pressure. And it was like, he took off,
man.
and I'm like, oh, and I got a glimpse of him. I'm not gonna
If I were to
shoot.
use either one, it would be the lighted notch just for the video aspect of the whole thing.
Yeah. So many people feel like you got to do the classic call them in and the guys stand behind you 80 yards and blah, 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 you know. What's up, John?
Not much. How's it going?
Good.
Good.
Made it here.
You did. Yeah.
Busy.
Busy. We're always busy. I think everybody's always busy, aren't they?
Yeah.
Lots going on.
Yeah. Now that bear season's done, start gearing up for elk.
Yeah.
Antelope.
Right.
Deer.
Yeah.
Whatever else we could find.
Let's talk tag draws for Idaho came out.
Yeah.
And
I got an antelope tag. I put in for sheep. So
that's right.
All I was able to do, and I didn't draw that, but all I was able to get was balls. I mean, I got a pocket full of tags, you know, still, but I drew an unlimited antelope tag.
Right.
So we'll get to do some antelope hunting. Tussy got it, so Tussy out here, which we're excited about doing a podcast.
Absolutely, that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Well, just get to hang out with them and
do what?
Get to hang out with them will be fun.
Yeah.
And do the.
He's never killed an antelope with his bow, I don't believe. So
has he ever killed an antelope at all? Do you think?
I don't think so. If I remember right, I don't think he did.
We'll have to find out. That'll be fun if it's his first one. So
yeah. I talked to a few people, drew some pretty cool tags, and then I think you drew a pretty good tag.
I did. Yes, I drew a late season muzzleloader mule deer tag, and I've drawn it before, and I've shot my biggest buck out of that unit. So, which isn't huge. The unit's not.
That was a good solid buck, man.
He is.
Yeah.
He's really nice, and I was super stoked. And it was a last day buck too, which was super cool.
Oh,
so,
nice. Well, hopefully I can get out there with you. I know that you draw it with Frank, right?
Yeah. So Frank and I both drew that tag.
If I can, I'd get out there with you and help you film some.
It's so much fun.
Frank's grandson drew a good buck tag too.
Yeah, he drew his first mule deer tag, so this is his first year hunting, so that'll be kind of fun.
We got some filming coming up.
We do, yeah. Hopefully we have some good hunts to film this year.
Yeah, I know. Like elk for me, I'm going to do it. I'm kind of bound to prove that it can be done over a wallow with a tree saddle and filming it. I think because solo elk hunting filming. I got to hand it to the guys that do it like, the solo hunter guys.
Right.
Remy and Tim. I mean, they get that done. And that self-filming stuff, when you're moving, it's one thing sitting in the blind, one thing sitting in a tree stand. Exactly. But when you're moving, it takes some discipline.
Right.
To get everything, all your stuff set up and everything to film. You know that.
Absolutely.
And how many times have I had the intentions, packed a camera around, blah, 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 and then never did it because it's like all of a sudden there it is.
So you're just packing that extra weight all day.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great thing. I might as well just
happened
throw
to me
a couple rocks.
Year. Right, exactly. Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
It is hard.
Did you film your mule deer hunt, your muzzleloader one last time?
No.
Was it the same story we were just talking about?
Pretty much. Well, I did film a fair amount of it. I was there, I think, 7 or 8, maybe even 9 days. And it was the last day of the season, and I had given up on, even finding a decent enough buck to take a pop at. And when I saw that buck, it's like, okay, I am not messing around. Yeah. I am just, I'm going to do everything I can just to kill this
Bottom
buck.
Of the night.
100%. So I tapped out, which, I've regretted that ever since, honestly.
So could it have been, there has been a couple hunts. I remember one in Nevada, I actually had Eastman's was going to come out and film it. And I told him I was supposed to have a whole bunch of time to hunt, and I was literally only going to have a couple days because I was leaving to go to work in Alaska. And so I told them, don't come out because I don't want to waste their time and everything. And God, it'd have been the most perfect. I ended up killing the buck. second day, the last day I was going to get to hunt, and it was a good solid, upper 170s buck. But it would have been such perfect scenario for filming. Granted, you never know how it's going to turn out.
Right.
But they're rutting, got some rutting. I, watched them rut, and the buck that I end up shooting pushed a couple smaller bucks right by me. I kind of worked my way and cut them off 22 yards. I mean, it would have been, everything would have been so perfect for filming.
Right.
But, you just never know. How
you don't know. And that's exactly what happened to me on that hunt was had I taken my camera with me, I was even solo, I could have filmed it.
Really?
Yeah. I just, I had bumped that buck and he, of course he was pushing a bunch of does and all this kind of stuff. And they'd went down into these trees, and
that hunt goes to when? November
14th.
Oh, yeah. Man. So they're...
Yeah, so
awesome.
It's kind of fun too because I've drawn that tag twice. This is the third time actually, and so I've got to know the area fairly good, and they'll rut in these same spots, and then those herds are in the same spots every day. So you literally just go from herd to herd, just checking to see if any new bucks had moved in, and that's kind of what I kept doing. And that's how this buck finally showed up the very last day of the season. I had not seen him before that.
So I guided quite a bit in Nevada, and there was one particular hunt down in the Sheldon, and the season, the way Nevada works, like the rifle, at least that hunt, 1 year it'll go to like the last day of the season, let's say, is November 1st. The next year, the last day of the season is November 2nd.
Okay.
And so until it peaks out, don't quote me on it, but maybe the 4th or 5th, something like that, and then it'll go back.
Okay.
Okay. But that hunt is a lot like what you're saying there, and every day is almost like a totally new hunt.
Exactly.
Because you don't know what's going to show up.
Right.
And it's pretty cool like that.
Super cool.
Yeah.
As soon as you figure out where those herds are, like they literally, unless someone was to push them, but there's only, I think they cut the tags. I think there's only 15 tags for this whole area. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And
that's awesome. You drew one.
We drew two of them.
Yeah, two,
which is super cool. Yeah. I'm super stoked. But excuse me. But anyway, that's basically what it is. You just keep checking as soon as you figure out where those herds are at. And there's some herds, and I don't know if they're the same deer or not, but they're like in the same spots they were the first time I drew the hunt. They were there the second time, and I'll bet you there'll be deer in there again this time too.
Probably.
So it's pretty cool.
I mean,
and
unless
you can glass them from quite a ways away, so you're not bumping them or anything like that. So you can kind of judge through your spotting scope to see if there's any new bucks in the area, and you just leave them alone. And unless somebody else bumps them, they're going to be there every day.
Yeah. I know that one video you edited, that opportunity where I shot a bull that I missed the year before, and the first thing that kind of triggered maybe the same bull, there was a collared cow the year before.
Okay.
Which you don't see a lot of.
Sure.
That's only in the wild. Personally, I think I've only seen 2.
Right.
But I saw that collared cow, and the first thing I told my nephew and my buddy that was with me, I was like, there's that collared cow. And I says, I wonder if that same bull is with him that was with him last year. Mm-hmm. And when the bull bugle, I heard the bugle, and I knew it was the bull had a really unique bugle, if you remember.
Yeah.
And so, I bet there's no reason for them not to. That's what their life.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm so excited about that. And, I've got 10 days I'll be there for 10 days. So I'm going to take my time. And I've always said I'm not a trophy hunter, but when I get an opportunity to shoot a nice buck, then I'm going to, do everything I can.
I mean, a hunt like that in the rut, so few tags, so the pressure's down, and you got the time.
Right.
There was a guy I knew years ago that, know him. He drew an awesome bull tag, like September 25th in the rut rifle tag.
Yes, that would be sweet.
And he took 12 days off to hunt. Mm-hmm. Nothing against him at all. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But he shot a little tiny bull the first morning. waited for it to get light enough to shoot.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh my
and I'm like,
goodness.
I'm like, and so my question was, and like I said, I'm not putting them down at all because to who each own. But
Sure.
it's like, why would you put in for a prime rut hunt if all you're really after is meat?
Right.
And that's what I told him. I was like, why'd you shoot that bull? I'm curiosity. I thought you would be holding off. He goes, well, I really like the meat. And that's awesome.
Absolutely.
That's great.
You bet.
But, I mean, if I just wanted meat and that's it.
Right.
I'd shoot a cow.
Right.
Get a cow hunt.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I would save that rut hunt for if I wanted a big bull.
Exactly.
And there was great bulls in that unit.
Yeah.
And then, he was a little bummed after he did it, but I think, I don't know, sometimes I think people get tags, premier tags, and they're so worried about missing the opportunity, thinking they're not going to get another chance. Like, a perfect example is guys who draw like sheep, goat, and moose, and they're avid bow hunters, and they take their gun with them too. And the first opportunity they get, they put their bow away and shoot at the rifle. And there's nothing against that at all.
Right.
But you understand what I'm saying? It's like, there again, sheep and goat and moose, they don't get a ton of pressure because there's so few tags.
Right. Exactly.
I like my goat hunt, and I'm not saying I'm by no means at all the greatest hunter, by no means at all. But I know me too, and I could see them getting trigger happy, for lack of better words.
Right.
So I didn't take a gun. I didn't even take a gun.
Yeah, that's the only way you probably would not decide to use a gun.
Yeah,
not you in particular, but anybody.
Yeah, it would be hard not to, you know. But so you got to have, and that's I told myself I'm not even gonna take a gun because I've seen it happen too many times, and nothing against them for not shooting it with their bow, but I just wanted to. You're around them enough. You've probably been around enough sheep and enough goats and enough moose that they're not as skittish.
No,
they can be but they're not as skittish because there's just so little pressure.
Exactly.
I knew I could get it, and I guess confidence, not arrogance or anything like that. It was confidence. It's like I know I could get it. Other people have done it with a bow. I know I can get it done with a bow.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
But
I'd be the rifle hunter.
And nothing against that. Nothing against that at all. I'll film it, man, anytime.
There you go. There you go.
But yeah.
But yeah, so super stoked about that tag. And then of course we'll just be doing the over the counter antelope. I did draw the unlimited antelope like we always do, which is exciting.
Yeah.
That's such a fun hunt.
It is.
I can't wait.
It is. Hopefully it's a good year out there.
Yeah. We hope.
Should be.
Then archery elk.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll be fun too.
Yeah.
Time to start doing some scouting for that.
Yeah.
It's hard that you don't really have to scout like that deer hunt. You can't really scout it because that time of the year it changes so much. Yeah. So as long as and I already know the area, so I don't need to. I'll probably go bounce around a little bit, but I'm not going to spend a lot of time down there beforehand just because it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And
I'm going to start putting some trail cameras up, like it says, for elk, just because.
Yeah.
I'm going to.
Yeah, try that
on a different way.
Right.
And so I do want to kind of see what's going on there.
Yeah. So do you already have an idea where you're?
Oh yeah.
The wallow. You have
I got a couple wallows, different wallows, and one of them is probably 3 mile hike.
Okay.
And I've seen a really good bull in there a couple times, and so I kind of leaning more towards that. I think.
Okay.
Because I don't think a ton of people know about that wallow.
Cool.
Or wallow. It's a wallowy area, so that's what it's going to take. Because I'm going to have to go up and do some scouting and put some trail cameras up to see where they're actually, if they hit one spot more than another. But in July, they're kind of pretty established on where they're going to be wallow wise. It's like I feel.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm going to do that, and then definitely going to do. Man, this bear season was awesome in the tree saddle. Yeah,
we've avoided the final outcome of that talk so far.
Which part?
How it turned out for you?
Oh, my bear season. Yeah, I mean, I could have shot a bear.
Yeah,
no doubt at all. But I mean, I was being picky. I had a couple target bears that and it didn't happen. But it was fun. It's the first time in quite a few years that I decided to kind of solo bait by myself, and it was relaxing. I didn't feel, not that I really felt under pressure before or anything, but it's like, I'll do it when I want.
Right.
That's
true.
whatever.
Yeah.
And I ended up just pretty much concentrating on one bait site instead of multiple.
Right.
Like I initially planned. But I was getting enough action on the one that I figured, why waste energy on others? And I don't know. It was so hard to tell. So I have an older trail camera, which, moment of silence, I'm retiring. Because, dude, it screwed me up this year because I really inconsistent trail camera pictures, and the card on the bottom, the highlighted card or the highlighted picture that it shows it's gonna display was nighttime. But the actual picture it was displaying was daytime.
That's weird.
Yeah, it was all messed up.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it had anything to do with, and I decided after this year, I'm getting all new SD cards. I don't know if it was an issue, maybe old cards. I don't know.
Right.
But I'm not going to take a chance. And then I have some new cameras, but I hadn't got bear boxes for them because I figured this one would work still.
Right.
But it didn't.
Yeah.
I had a sow with a couple cubs that came in several times. Never, ever got them on trail camera. And they were there a lot. I've got footage of them.
Yeah, you were there when they were there.
Yeah. Because I always leave usually what I'll do is when I get to the stand, I'll take my card out and take it up in the tree. I'll put a new card in and run it. Let it run. Because I always hope if I do shoot, I get that shot where it's hitting the animal or something. Yeah. You see people have those, you know. So I leave it running. And, man, that one day I got it on film, and we'll probably put out, do something with that because I've got some pretty cool footage. But
yeah, for sure.
I threw my hat to scare him. I threw my piss bottle. That didn't work. I actually threw because I was barely in the stand. I took my tree saddle off. This is dumb. And threw it at him. And my scent spray to get him to leave, because what I was worried about was getting out of the stand and having Mom come down there. But I feel like if there's maybe that was a dumb thing to do. I don't know. But, it didn't faze him whatsoever. Right. That was the thing. I finally just got out of my stand and they climbed the tree and gathered all my stuff and thought, I'll never do that again. So I put my tree saddle back on, get back up in the tree, and finally I put a bunch of sticks inside the hole because these bears were small enough they'd climb in the hole.
That's funny.
Their mom, when she come in with them, she wasn't with them that day. She'd be up the hill making noise, and they couldn't hear her because they're both inside the barrel.
Clinking around inside there.
Yeah, they'd stick their head out, and, she'd be up there woofing and puffing and pissed off. And so this time, with all the sticks in there, they got frustrated. They even got in a little fight. I know it was out of frustration because they couldn't get in there. And then they ended up leaving after that. But I feel a lot of times, I'm not a bear expert, but they say if there's a sow of cubs coming in that's in there, that a bigger boar is not going to come in because they're afraid of it's a woman with her kids. The old mama bear thing.
That. Okay.
So it's not that I don't mind feeding them because I know they're going to come back and eat.
Sure.
It's just I'd rather not than be there when I'm there.
Right.
And as it turned out that night, I messed up. And I didn't check my... usually when filming lights out, I quit. Okay?
Even though there's still shooting light available.
And so I didn't realize how late it went, though. So this particular night, I'm thinking I had literally a couple minutes, and it was probably only a couple minutes of shooting light left. I mean, filming light. But realistically, I had like 17 minutes of legal shooting time.
Gotcha.
Which I could kill one still. But I really wanted to get it on film.
Sure.
Anyway, I stood up I moved, I should say, in the saddle, and the boar was coming in that I wanted.
How far out was he?
Close.
Yeah.
But it scared the shit out of me because I'm like, all of a sudden, you know, I move and I start getting something ready, and I made a little bit of noise. I think I grabbed my quiver to put it on, and it was like, he took off,
man.
and I'm like, oh, and I got a glimpse of him. I'm like, there he was, you know, and I ain't gonna lie, it had been one of those things, though. It was getting close to the end of the season because this is just a few nights ago.
Yeah.
I would have shot it off film if I could have had a chance. I would waited.
Yeah.
So then the next day, I check when shooting legal shooting time was, and like I said, I had 15, 17 minutes, and the last day I sat a couple nights ago, legal shooting light was 9:57.
Wow.
Isn't that insane?
It's insane, yeah. That is crazy.
So I sat there that late, and there again, you know, I could have. I was prepared for him to show up late. Hopefully,
right.
You know, he didn't.
Right.
I had I had a really pretty blonde bear, but just smaller,
Mm-hmm.
and then I had another small black bear. I wasn't even in my stand yet. I wasn't even settled yet. I was just barely climbed the tree.
Yeah.
Was getting everything hooked up and bow. I hadn't even put my bow up yet, and this black bear, smaller black bear, come kind of bouncing down the hill, and so I had a little chat with it, scared him off. I did get that on film too, but
yeah,
I do a lot. It sounds like from what we talk, I talk to my bears a lot more than you do.
You do, yeah. Well, you know, I didn't have any bears to talk to this year, so I didn't give
and kudos to everyone out there who slammed them, because this was a great year for bears.
Holy cow.
It's hunting, man. I mean, and this is definitely proof that you don't throw a jelly donut out for bait and just kill a bear, you know, every bear.
That's very true.
For the people that think it's easy and all that. A lot of work, you know.
Oh, man, I put in a pile of work this year.
You do?
And
yeah. And
more than normal, because I usually only run one bait myself.
That's true.
And this year I ran the two because we wanted to have that rifle sight and stuff. And I don't know. But whatever.
It was. I did enjoy it, and even though I didn't kill one, I'm not, because I could have. If I was just, I got to kill a bear.
Right.
I could have killed a bear. I'd have shot that blonde one.
Yeah.
I mean, just because the color is beautiful.
It's a cool looking bear.
Yeah. And had plenty of opportunities. It's got his head stuck in the hole a couple of times, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, for a person that just.
Right, wanted to shoot a bear.
Oh yeah, I mean,
it would have been a super good bear for like a kid to shoot.
It would have been awesome.
Yeah,
yeah, I certainly wouldn't. But nothing against anyone that shot, you know, smaller bears or anything. I just, because I don't know. I mean, I guess I got plenty of meat still.
Right.
So I wasn't like I got to add the meat.
Exactly.
And but it's just enjoyable and relaxing to be out there. And saw some cool things.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, on to the next animal, I guess.
Exactly. I had a couple questions for you about when you set trail cams for it. So we talked about putting them in. Both of us always put them in boxes for bears. It makes a lot of sense. Do you do that like when you set them elsewhere for like elk and stuff like that?
I'm going to and for the two reasons. Theft.
Yep, that's what I was curious about.
And you never know if there's a wall there. There's bears. Get on the wallows too.
That's true. I hadn't thought about that.
So what I did do is one night I thought, okay, because that camera wasn't performing well, you know.
Right.
I thought I'm going to put one of my other trail cameras up, and I basically sat it on top of the box, and it's just got a strap.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to use, and I've seen it before. I never have used it because mine is kind of more older school. Mm-hmm. You screw it into the tree with small screws, and that's how it stays on.
Right.
But those cables, the ones you cable the box, and you can still. And I honestly had shied away from the cables in the past because I thought you had to take the cable off and everything to get to the camera. I didn't realize you're just basically cabling the box, and then you still put a lock on it.
Yep.
Till I used a buddy of mine a couple years ago. We baited, and so it's a pretty cool gig. Mm-hmm. But so I put this camera on top of my camera box with not being protected.
Right.
And I know it was a gamble.
Right.
And sure shit, man, it was swung around the side of the tree, and it was all licked up and everything. So I took it off that next day. Went, that's not going to work too well.
Right.
And in fact, because of the angle, I got one picture of a bear running off, and I don't know if that's the thing is something scared it off, and I don't know if it was another bear.
Yeah.
And it could have been Brutus or whatever or whatever. I didn't name my bears, but I mean, it could have been something big. But my other camera wasn't working right, so never did get it.
Right. That's funny.
Yeah. Next year will be better. I know it was always next year, but I mean, it'll be fine.
It'll be fine. Yeah. I'm hoping my area will be fine.
Next year?
Yeah.
Are you a little concerned about that other bait?
No. It's just getting so busy with people up there later in the year. So we talked about this last podcast.
Yeah, you're going to maybe hunt earlier this year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to consider it.
You know, I'm kind of a firm believer that when the opportunity is there and they're coming in, you need to just do it now. The bad thing, like I know with your job situation too, is that it's not like you can say, hey, I'm taking off tomorrow.
Exactly.
Because I got a bear coming in.
Yeah. More important things to do.
Than work. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it'll still be good.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it'll be fine. I'm not too worried about it, but we'll see.
Reiterating just a little bit on the trophy line tree saddle. I mean, I was so impressed how comfortable they were and how easy they were and how versatile they were in the tree. And
I was super nervous about. I don't want to say nervous, but
when you first get in it,
unsure about how to use them properly. And of course, and I would suggest this for anyone if it's your first time using them. I literally at home I cut limbs off of some trees I had here and practiced. And in fact, I shot out of that tree only like a foot off the ground. Yeah, just so I got more comfortable with it. Yeah. And I was like, wow, this is actually super cool.
Oh man, and I felt so secure in there. I wasn't, like when you first get in it, but once you learn how to use the ropes and everything, how you can slide them up, man, those things are
super cool. Huh?
Yeah. I mean, I felt super secure in there, and
easy to adjust.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the material was quiet. Mm-hmm. Everything was super quiet.
Yes.
One thing, I did move my platform about a foot. And just because of the angle for the, because I didn't want to have to really move side to side much for the shot.
Exactly.
I'm like you do too. I move a little bit to look around the tree and a little bit,
Yeah.
But anyway, when I moved the platform, it was only, like I said, maybe not even a foot.
Yeah.
I didn't draw my bow back from that until I got in the tree.
Okay.
And I had a limb coming out, just a tiny limb.
Yeah.
So, luckily, like a Boy Scout, I have my saw out. So I had to reach down to my pack and get my saw out.
Right.
But anyway, here again, being new and everything, it's just, you learn those things.
Yeah.
So just something that you make sure you draw the bow back.
Exactly. And I did practice mine. I had to just break some little stuff off to make it work for me. So it was, I was worried about, because I was sitting, same tree I've always sat in on that site, but, in a tree stand, you sit in a totally different spot. Yeah. But I had this perfect pocket of limbs and stuff. It's just like a hole in the tree. It's just crazy. But so anyway, I was more off to the side of the tree, and I thought, well, shoot, those are going to be in my way. But no, just good. Some small stuff. I needed to break some stuff, so I wasn't hitting my limb on, some of the branches that were hanging a little too low. And then behind me, there were some dead ones that were really small, but I would hit those. So I just snapped those off with my hands. It was not a big deal at all.
This one was one of those I could have priced. Here again, I'm like, if I snap it, is it gonna break?
Yeah.
Or I mean, like me move too much or whatever.
Oh.
Eerie insecurity in the thing.
Oh, right.
But once you're in those,
you realize
saddles,
that it's not.
You realize I could have done it, but it was probably that big around. It wasn't like I'd have to lean out to snap it though. It's hard to snap. It was close. It was close enough to the tree, you know, the little harder.
Yeah, exactly.
So anyway, it worked out. I got the saw out and got it done because there again, movement wise, you know, you want to make sure you're not making too much movement. And I could have drawn it back, but I'd have had to move a lot.
Yeah.
And this stand is first year I hunted that spot. Was actually 20 yards, right at 20 yards, which I like it a little farther.
Right. Glitch. Big glitch.
So, this morning I had everything packed in the bag with the camera, with our third camera.
Right.
And forgot it.
Weird.
So...
Does that come with being seasoned?
Anyway, huh?
Does that come with being seasoned?
Yeah.
Forgetting things?
Dementia or whatever.
Right.
No. I was in a hurry, imagine that.
Right, weird. So anyway, our battery just died on one of the cameras because we didn't have our plug-in for the wall.
That's all right. So those are the little cut. We hate when we have to cut, but sometimes we do.
It happens.
Yeah.
We're not professionals.
No. No, by no means.
Anyway, what were we talking about?
I don't know, something about bear hunting.
Yeah.
Wrapping it up. I mean, wrapping up bear season, and
we were.
And the trophy line. I mean, we super happy with everything this year so far.
Me too. Yeah. I like the idea of using them for elk hunting too. That's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how that turns out.
Yeah, and I mean, not that I mind. I ran plenty up and down the hills chasing the elk and everything, but I just feel like when you get a drier year, water is obviously a good source.
Absolutely.
And I feel like it can be utilized, and I know plenty of people that hunt out of tree stands for that. I just never have done it.
Right.
Never.
I never. Yeah, me either.
I don't think I've ever even sat by a wallow in the past, waiting, even for any short time. But I just know it's effective. It could be effective. And so many people feel like you got to do the classic call them in and the guys stand behind you 80 yards and blah, 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 And that isn't the case when it comes to killing elk.
That's the YouTube way.
Yeah, that pretty much is. That's the way. Yeah, the video, the TV stuff is always like that.
Exactly. And
I mean, when I say I'm an opportunist, sometimes it requires calling. Sometimes it requires keeping your mouth shut.
That's true.
Sometimes just cutting them off. And I mean, we're talking about killing elk. We're not talking about, Hollywood.
Exactly. Right.
So, a couple cool things we do have coming up, though, super excited about is we've had partnered up already with Native by Carlton.
Yes.
And so we got seasoned hunter elk calls with our logo on them coming here pretty soon.
Yeah, so, I can't wait to get that.
Yeah, they should be here pretty soon. Yeah. So, super excited about that, and Eberly Stock's going to be doing some stuff with us too, and loving all their products that we've been using.
Yeah. Well, we've talked about them a bit in the past, but their packs are awesome.
Yeah.
So, for sure.
Yeah. And then I guess you going to use Lighted Knox Mechanicals?
No, I'm not.
Okay. I'm not going
to. If I were to use either one, it would be the Lighted Knox just for the video aspect of the whole thing.
Yeah.
But,
me too. That'd probably be it.
But like you said before, it'll change your front of center, probably the weight. I don't know. But I think I don't know. Obviously, a lot of people use them, so they're fine. But.
Yeah. Well, it just might have to change. I ain't gonna lie, dude. I don't know. I don't feel like my setup shooting super good right now, and I don't know if I want to mess with retuning and everything. It's not that I'm lazy or anything like that. 'Cause I've done that plenty of times, but it's shooting so good. It's like I don't know if I really want to mess with.
Well, here's the thing too. Like you think, I got all summer to readjust and stuff, and man, it is gone so fast because there's so much stuff going on during the summer. Right? Exactly.
In July, and we got 2 months.
Yeah, I know.
Which is exciting.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's I'm just gonna keep my setup at least for this year.
Yeah, I don't think
I actually ain't gonna lie. I did think about possibly for antelope using the mechanicals but then I'm thinking elk season's right there too.
That's true. It's
the
exact same time.
Yeah, and so I want to mess with.
That's a good point.
With because I'm not sold on them.
Right.
That's my personal opinion.
And you don't want to, and we wouldn't want to
have to retune crap.
Right in the middle.
Why?
And you don't want to shoot elk. I mean, I wouldn't want to shoot an elk with mechanical.
Yeah, I said I'm not sold on it yet, but I know people do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Nothing against people that do.
It's us being nervous about trying something new, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
But
I mean,
if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's how I see it.
That's exactly kind of the way I look at it. And besides, I got a pile of
broadheads. Yeah, that's true too. That's another.
I don't really want to go spend a whole bunch of money. I do have some lighted knocks I've had for years. I didn't know if they work.
Right.
If I even wanted to try those,
it would be. They would be fun. Like I would be all about the lighted knock. I think.
Yeah.
Just because of the. I mean, for me, it would be just because of the, the filming aspect of it, and it'd be cool footage. But there's other advantages to them too.
Yeah. Yeah, I was talking
seeing where you hit the animal and that kind of stuff, which is.
Yeah, I was talking to a buddy yesterday who, faithful watcher.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, Skip, and he has to shoot a crossbow just because he's had some injuries and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, he's shooting like, gosh, what is it like? 400 feet per second, something just ridiculous.
Wow.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Got great kinetic energy because his speed, There's such a fine line there with that kinetic energy thing. With if you shoot high pounds and a light arrow, you can get some good kinetic energy. But if you shoot some low pounds and a light arrow, obviously you lose a bunch. And that's where I think the mechanical thing. Point is, with his kinetic energy he's a perfect candidate to shoot expandables, but he don't want to mess with.
I hear you.
He said the lighted knocks though would be a good thing for him because of the speed, he blows through critters, and he most every time loses them.
Gotcha,
and
really?
they're short.
Yeah.
So, you penetrate. It doesn't take as much to lose it underneath the grass, not sticking out as far or whatever.
You. Yeah, exactly.
So the lighted knocks, I think, is going to be a good thing for him, and I don't know.
Yeah,
I guess we'll see how it goes.
We'll see exactly.
I might throw one on just to try it.
Yeah, I would if you have them already. You might as well try.
See how bad it's gonna.
Well, yeah, who knows? And maybe it won't be a drastic difference in how your arrow flies or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say. I'm probably gonna not shoot them for. Like I said, everything's shooting so well right now. But
exactly.
I guess we'll see.
Good. Cool.
Anyway, next time I know we'll talk about some gear and.
It's plan. That's the plan. Yeah. Yeah, start gearing up, talking about what we're going to use for elk and antelope and further down the line, the muzzleloader deer hunt.
Yeah.
What are you going to do for deer, by the way?
Hunt. I don't know. I haven't really...
I haven't thought about it much, huh?
No, because I didn't put in for, any unlimited tags.
Yeah. That's the beauty about Idaho, though. We still have some general tags that just go over the counter.
So, and I mean, I there's plenty of open hunts to go on. I'm not gonna lie, some of these late hunts, I kind of enjoy those late hunts.
The late deer hunts?
Yeah, the late archery deer hunts.
Oh, yeah, right.
So we'll talk about that.
Was that one you usually draw? Isn't that an unlimited tag?
Yeah, I have put in. I hunted an unlimited area for a lot of years, but the pressure out there has gotten.
Oh.
And honestly, the ethics of not staying on roads with nothing against side-by-sides, four-wheelers or anything, or pickups, because that's a lot of times guys just drive with pickups cross-country.
That's true.
Oh, it's frustrating.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating. So I kind of have canned that, hunting that unit.
I see.
And I just got a regular deer tag. But,
okay.
Where I live is a short-range weapon area down there. And
oh, so is that an over-the-counter tag?
Yeah. Oh. Actually, it starts early in August.
Probably. Yeah, I think you're right.
It goes into November.
That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah. But there's been a couple other late archery hunts that, that I've enjoyed.
Yeah.
And I'm going to probably do a little more this year.
Oh, gotcha. I hear you.
Last year I went one day was all.
Is that it?
And I so close to getting a shot at a buck. I mean, and I only had one day. I put a stock on one buck, and he ended up coming out. He was below me. He ended up coming out to my left and just a little above me.
Mm-hmm.
By the time I realized that, it was getting later in the evening, but by the time I realized that, I thought he was still better below me. I was just sneaking my way down in there.
Gotcha.
Anyway.
Super cool.
But it's a fun hunt.
Yeah.
And they're rutting that time of year, too.
Yeah. So our next hunt will be antelope, and we can talk about our blind setups.
Elk starts before that. But
That's true. I probably won't we'll
see.
Yeah. It's really close to the same, so it's hard to fit all that stuff in the same time.
I know. That's, for years I know I've talked about it. I've only usually put in, even on the videos, I've only put a little bit of time in the antelope because it's during elk season, and it's like, but it's so fun.
It is.
And the meat's good.
Yeah, I love it. Oh, man, we ate some antelope backstrap for dinner the other night.
Did you?
Probably was my last package.
Yeah.
I haven't dug around, but I was surprised to find that one. So good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody the other day. They were telling me how nasty antelope is. I'm like, you just haven't had it prepared right.
Yeah, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
Telling you, it's the best meat on earth.
It's awesome.
In my opinion. And I love elk, and of course moose is really good too.
Yeah.
But antelope, man, there's just something about it. I don't know.
Good.
It's amazing. Yeah.
All right, buddy.
Okay.
Let's wrap this one up.
Yes, sir.
And thanks for everyone for watching, and appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Our mess ups and
we're gonna throw together just a little probably throw together a little video of some of the bears Darrell filmed.
Oh yeah,
we won't use any of the bears I filmed, so we're in any. But anyway, just to show
kind of yeah
just show we were out there, I guess.
Prove that we were out there. We actually did bait.
We actually don't really know what we're doing, but we try.
Yeah.
Sometimes it works out.
The new series is going to be called The Season Unsuccessful.
Right. Yeah.
No, it's still fun.
Yeah. Cool.
All right, man. Catch you later.
Okay. See ya.
Okay.
Bye.